everyone, we are going to continue with our science lessons and looking at plants. But before we do that, I just want to show you some of the amazing work that we've had sent through that I've been really impressed with. So hopefully you can see up on the screen in front of you all this fantastic writing that has been sent in, where people have been describing the different flowers and the different plants that they have seen. So well done to everyone working really hard at home. I appreciate everything that you are doing and that you are sending us. It's so lovely to see all this fabulous work. So let's have a little recap on what the names of these different plants are. Okay, so spend a couple of minutes now, pause the video, just name these different plants and try and remember all the different things that you know about these plants, so all the different features as well, okay? Brilliant, so hopefully you've paused that and now you've unpaused it because I'm going to go through all those answers, so don't do it if you've not had a little chat. So this first plant up here is a cherry tree. And I know it's a cherry tree because you can see that there's fruit growing on it, that's the cherries. And at one point in the year when it's spring, we start to see the cherry blossom on the trees and then they move into the fruit, which can be sweet or sour. Remember, we had a little chat about that, didn't we, the other day? Underneath, we've got a rose plant. And I know it's a rose plant because it has those lovely big flowers on it, the lovely roses. And also on the stems, can you remember we said that they have thorns on, okay, to stop people picking them off. Here I've got a fir tree. Oh, spent fire tree there instead of fir tree. So a fir tree is what we see around Christmas time. A lot of people use these, don't they, as their Christmas trees. But also we know that they are evergreens. That means that they're always green and they don't lose their leaves unless they're dying. Okay, but they don't change colour in autumn like a lot of other plants do. Okay, here in the corner we have got a daffodil. And daffodils grow from bulbs, which you can see at the bottom of this screen. They've got the nice big stems, and then at the end they've got the big yellow flowers at the top, which have 6 petals and a trumpet-like cone in the middle of them. Down at the bottom, I've got holly. Okay, if you can remember, holly is also an evergreen. That means that it is always green throughout the year. And we said winter, they're very nice additions to gardens because they're so colourful and they have berries on them, which birds eat. But if you can remember, I said that if dogs or humans or cats try and eat them, they're actually poisonous to them. Okay, so they're quite toxic. But they also have sharp, spiky leaves to try and stop the other animals, such as the birds trying to eat them. Okay, so similar to a rose plant there, something that stops the animals trying to get to them. In the middle down here, we've got a strawberry plant, which I'm sure you remember is one of my favourites. And it starts with a seed, and then we've got the leaves and the stems and the flowers that then turn into and produce the lovely strawberries, which get ripened in the summer months. And hopefully this year I'll have more luck if I grow my strawberry plants in hanging baskets, and maybe you can have a little go at trying to plant those soon as well. And then my final plant here is a oak tree. I know there were acorns then because that's what I can see in the picture. But of course, acorns are on oak trees, okay? And we said that they were deciduous, so that means that their leaves do change colour in autumn. So they do go browns and reds, and they do fall off, and so do the fruits, the acorns as well. And we can tell that it's a oak tree just by looking at the lovely leaves. They're smooth and curved, okay? So well done if you remembered all that information, because that is a lot for us to take on this week. And now I'm going to do a little bit of a quiz to see how you have done. So whether you can work out which plants I'm describing. So I'm going to just give you some descriptions of the features of these plants. And I want you to try and work out if you know what the plant is, and then I will reveal it. Okay, so you can check at home whether you've got it right. So this first plant has long green stems, yellow flowers, and the yellow flowers have 6 petals, and it also has a bulb. So have a little think again, I'll say that again. So this plant has long green stems with yellow flowers. The yellow flowers have 6 petals, and then there is also a bulb. Have a think. Which plant is that? Have a think, and then we will check it. Let's check. It's a daffodil. So well done if you said daffodil at home. The next one, right, so this plant has a trunk, pine needles, sometimes pine cones. This plant doesn't lose its leaves and they stay green all year round. An evergreen then. Must be an evergreen. Which evergreen has a trunk, pine needles, sometimes pine cones, and leaves that stay green all year round? Let's check it. A fir tree. Well done if you got that correct. Right, this plant then has green leaves and stems, flowers that turn into fruits, and this plant itself grows out of a seed. Green leaves and stems, flowers that turn into fruits, and it grows out of a seed. Let me check it. Let's have a look. Strawberry plant. Well done if you got strawberry plant at home as well. So today what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at comparing and contrasting these plants. So we're going to see if there are any similarities between them, so things that are the same, so the different features, or differences, okay? So if one plant has one thing and another plant doesn't. So just having a look on the screen then, before we do this, do you think we're going to find that all plants have the same part? So for example, do all plants have bulbs? Have a think, does every plant on that screen have a bulb? Well, I know that every plant on this screen doesn't have a bulb. So for example, a daffodil has a bulb, but a strawberry plant grows out of a seed. So I think when we compare them in a second, that all the plants are going to have different parts, okay? So let's get started and have a little bit of a comparison. So on your screen, you should see two different plants. So what we need to do first, we need to identify the plant. So say the plant name. So I'll do the first one together and then you can all have a go at helping me next. So here I've got a rose plant, okay? And on the right hand side, I've got holly. So I've identified the plant, and now what I need to do is try and identify the features of the plant. So what I know this plant has. So I know that a rose plant has flowers, has stems with thorns on, has leaves, and it grows out of a seed. In terms of holly, I know that holly has red berries on, it's an evergreen, so it's green all year round, and the leaves are very sharp and spiky. So let's think of things that are similar between them, so things that are the same. Well, we can say that they both have green leaves. We can also say that they both have some sort of defense system to stop predators attacking them. So on the rose plant, remember, there were thorns. So rose plants have thorns on them to stop their predators, whereas on holly, they've got sharp leaves. So both have defense systems, I'm going to write. Defense systems, e.g. thorns and holly leaves. So things that are different. Well, I know that holly has berries, whereas rose plant doesn't have fruit. Okay, so holly has fruit, rose plants do not. I also know holly is an evergreen, so that means that the leaves are green all year round, whereas a rose plant now, if we went and found that in your garden, or if you went to the park to try and find a rose plant, you'd see that it was quite brown, and it might look a little bit dead at the moment, but it's just waiting for the springtime when it can start blooming again. Okay, so we can say holly is an evergreen, whereas a rose plant is not. Okay. So that's one comparison. Let's have a look at these next two. So just spend a second, identify the plant. So say what the names of the plants are, and then say the features of the plant. So just pause the video now and say, this is a, and I know it has. So just have a little think. Fab, so I'm going to go through that. So here I've got a daffodil, and I've also got a strawberry plant. Okay. So if I'm going to identify the features, I know that a daffodil grows from a bulb, has roots, it's got tall green stems and leaves, and it's got bright yellow flowers at the top. Oh, sorry. Let me just, and then in terms of a strawberry plant here, I know that there is fruit, there are flowers, it's got green leaves and stems, and it grows out of a seed. So straight away there, I found a difference, okay? Because daffodils grow from bulbs and strawberry plants grow from seeds. So straight away, I found a difference as I was talking through that then. I've also noticed that strawberry plants have fruits and daffodils don't. Strawberry plants have fruits and daffodils don't. Well, daffodils today. And then similarities, I could say that they both have flowers. They also both have leaves, and they also both have stems. Fabulous. And then let's just check one more. So yet again, I've got two things on the screen here. So identify the plant and then identify the features. So just pause it, have a think, name them, then identify the features. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. So here we've got a fir tree and we've got that strawberry plant again. So I'm not going to go through the features of a strawberry plant because I'm just going to remember them from last time. But I know fir trees are evergreens and they have needles, pine needles instead of leaves. So let's have a think. So they're similar because, they both have leaves, don't they? Even though they look different, so we could say the leaves look different, but they do have leaves. Is there anything else that is similar about a fir tree and a strawberry plant? Well, some fir trees have pine cones, don't they? So we could say that some have fruits. They don't have, what do they not have? They both don't have flowers. Both flowers because strawberry plants do and fir trees don't. We also might say that fir tree is an evergreen. Can you remember? It's green all year round, whereas a strawberry plant isn't. We said, didn't we, that the fruit starts to ripen in summer and then the plant dies, okay, until it comes back again in spring. So strawberry plants aren't evergreen. So evergreen. Fabulous. Thanks for your help with that. So this is your task today. So I pop these sheets up on the website if you want them, or you can just have a go at writing the names of the plants and doing similarities and differences on a piece of paper, or even have a little chat through these at home. So I've got this sheet first. Okay, so this is the first two different plants that I want you to compare. So name them, talk through their different features, and then here write their similarities and their differences. And then I've got another one here. So I've got two more plants for you to compare. I don't think I've got one more. No, I've just been good to you there. I've given you two different lots to compare. So I'll go back again. So here I've got these two plants for you to compare if you want to freeze that screen. And then once you've done that, I've got these two plants for you to compare as well. So hopefully you'll get on with that okay. If you want to send this work in for me to have a little look, that would be great, or even a video to have a little discussion about. But the end of this week is when I'm going to be setting you some work that I want to see the evidence of, okay? Enjoy doing this. Hope you get lots of talking out of this and you can talk about all those features that you know that we've been learning about this week. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.